Hey there, everybody. This is Kristen from Teaching Balance, and I am here with you for this week's mindfulness meditation practice. And we are in the final week of July, which means that August is right around the corner. And at least in my district, and for most of the districts in my metro area, that means that teachers will be reporting back very, very shortly. So I thought that I would take advantage of this timing, which happens to fall at the end of the self-care month, self-care being not selfish. And I wanted to talk a little bit about what I lovingly describe as the seductive optimism of the beginning of the school year. And what I mean by that is, as we all know, for those of us who go back year after year, unless you're going into your very first year of teaching, what happens is, we all make it through the end of a school year, and then we have the joyous glory that is summer, and then it's time to go back. And when we go back, there are some people who I know kind of go back kicking and screaming and they get sad when they start to see the back to school sale advertisements and that sort of thing. And then there are those teachers who are like, yes, I'm so excited. I was bored. I can't, I need to get back and, do what I do best, which is great. And we're somewhere in between, anywhere on that spectrum. But wherever you find yourself on that spectrum in terms of your enthusiasm for going back to school, one of the things that's pretty commonplace, I think, is that there is this, as there should be, a real wonderful optimism. Like, okay, new school year, new kids, new who knows what, fill in the blanks, some new preps, whatever it might be. And you get excited and pumped about all of the awesome that is going to happen, which it absolutely is going to happen. It is going to be a great school year. Fresh starts are wonderful, and it will be awesome. And the thing that I want to talk about when we talk about the seductive optimism of the beginning of the school year is because we're so excited and we're so pumped and have such enthusiasm and, more importantly, are so well rested and capable and ready to go, a lot of times what happens is people will sign up for things, duties, responsibilities, committees, fill in the blank, whatever it might be, thinking that they're still going to be able to maintain this level of, being rested and, having it together and feeling optimism and all of that kind of stuff. So here's my point, and I don't want to sound like this kind of negative person at all, but what I'm going to encourage you to do as you go into this final week of July, into the very first week of August, is when you find yourself back at school, whenever it might be, sooner or later, I want you to be very aware of opportunities to either pare down your responsibilities and to let go of things, as well as to not sign up for anything new. Because as you know, it's no secret that I am a big fan of self-advocacy and setting healthy boundaries and not overcommitting and allowing yourself to overextend to the point where you could potentially burn out, or certainly, if not that, just not function at your optimal level. Now, I'm not talking about the things that you sign up for because you're passionate about it. Like if you want to be on the equity committee because that is your lifeblood, obviously you should do that. If you want to coach that team or whatever it might be, do that. But I'm talking about those extra things that someone's just looking for a volunteer, someone dropped out, the person didn't come back, whatever it might be. Really be thoughtful about what you say yes to, because as you know, I'm a big fan of saying no to things that are truly not essential and don't align with what you're most passionate about. And I know that it's hard for people to say no, but this is the perfect time of year to do it. It's the perfect time of year to say, you know what? I have been sponsoring Club X for 10 years, 5 years, whatever. I'm ready to give this opportunity to somebody else and to pass the mantle and to give myself a little bit more of a break and some spaciousness to figure out what I want to do, or to not and just be more rested, or to just have a little more time to get your grading done, or whatever it might be. The beginning of the year is a great time to cut away and to let go of the things that might be extras. And it's also a great opportunity to just hold the line and not sign up for anything that you're not passionate about. So think about that, reflect on it. You might be like, psh, that's not what it's about. And that's okay. That's totally okay. But this is my jam. This is what I offer. This is a component of that self-care and that self-advocacy and that boundary setting. So I just felt like it was a good opportunity to bring that up. So it's your call, whatever you feel is appropriate, but kick it around, talk about it with other people to see what your colleagues feel about that, and if there might actually be some merit to what I am suggesting. So in the spirit of self-care, in this final week of the Self-Care is Not Selfish, let's go ahead and take some time for ourselves to sit and to meditate for 10 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and get my timer going. Please find your seat, maybe rolling those shoulders back, sitting upright, but not rigid. Go ahead and click this on. Closing the eyes or lowering the gaze. And let's take those deep breaths. And then allow your breathing to resume its natural rhythm. And if you care to, you can keep your attention on the breath, noticing the sensations of either the rising and falling of the chest or abdomen, or perhaps the coolness as the air passes through your nose. There's no right place to feel it, so just notice wherever you do feel it. And just rest your attention there. That deep breathing that we did at the beginning allows you to drop more fully into your body. So let's check in with the body now, if you haven't already. Feeling gravity. Feeling the support underneath you, and just feeling what it feels like to be in your body right now. There might be a lot of sensation, there might be very little. You might notice sensations that are pleasant, that quality of being supported in whatever you're sitting or lying on. Some qualities might be neutral, just feeling what it feels like to be here in this moment. And some qualities of physical sensation might be challenging. You might notice an ache or a pain. Perhaps you're hungry because you haven't eaten yet. And whether you could categorize these sensations as pleasant or unpleasant or neutral, doing the best you can just to bring that witnessing perspective, that quality of curiosity, interest, and a willingness to be with whatever is. no matter how you might judge it to be. Just allowing it. Exploring the sensation. And if there is something like an ache or a pain, noticing the boundaries of it. Are they very distinct, like a line is being drawn, or do they kind of feather out? Is there a quality of solidity or pulsing, a warmth or a coolness? Just noticing. And while you can keep your attention either on the breath or on body sensations, the other option is to just listen to sounds. You don't have to seek them out, you can just receive them. Hearing the sounds inside the room and outside the room. Some come and go, some are more constant. And just like with sensations, you might notice a quality that is appealing or unappealing. See if you can let that go, and like you do with sensations, just welcome it all. And remembering that it is merely our perception of the sounds that makes them pleasant or unpleasant. In truth, they are all just sound waves making contact with our eardrum, and that's it. So bringing that curious scientist kind of mind to noticing sounds or sensations or the breath. So let's sit in silence for a few minutes. Noticing where the mind is now, and if it's wandered off to planning, ruminating, worrying, just noticing that. You're not pushing it away. You're seeing it for what it is, just a thought, either that you're remembering or that some images you're creating in your mind, and just choosing to let those go and bring your attention back to the present moment. And doing the best you can for the final few moments of this practice, just to stay present, to be here now, breathing, feeling, and hearing. That's 10 minutes. So, seductive optimism of the beginning of the school year. Do with it what you will. I'd be curious actually to hear your thoughts on this if you're interested in commenting or replying to the email that I'll be sending this out in. I'm just interested in what you think about that. So have a wonderful, wonderful week. Happy back to school for those of us who are going back to school soon. And as always, thank you so much for taking the time to practice and to take care of yourself in this month of self-care. And thank you, of course, for allowing me to be with you on this journey. Take care, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.